Welcome to the Evolve Beyond Limits podcast. I am your host, Stacey Geisel, self-mastery coach and mentor. The mission of Evolve Beyond Limits is simple. Fall in love with your life and change the world in the process. And each episode of this podcast is dedicated to helping you do just that. It's designed to bring you one step closer to an aha moment that could completely transform your life so that you can keep evolving into your fullest potential. The reality is how you show up in the world matters, and I don't want you to waste another second living a life that doesn't light your soul on fire. So let's have some fun. Welcome back to the Evolve Beyond Limits podcast. I'm so excited to have you here this week, and we are talking about avoidance. Okay. Are you going to avoid what I'm about to tell you? Right? Avoidance is one of those things. It literally gets us nowhere, yet it's one of the things that holds us back the most. Avoidance is a root chakra, root energy center problem. So therefore, we avoid most of the time because we are in fear. And this is something that I go over heavily in Face Your Fears, but I want to bring it to your attention because it's such a common problem, and I am guilty of it too. I have been the master of avoidance in my life. I grew up in a family where literally we avoided conflict like the plague. Like we avoided talking about our emotions. We avoided all of that. And so those are cycles that I've had to rewrite and I've had to work through as an adult. I've avoided money. I've avoided anything that was scary to me. I've avoided, and you probably have too, right? But avoidance gets us nowhere. And so there's a couple things that happen when we can recognize that we're avoiding something. One, it is a direct red flag that we are scared and that fear is driving whatever we're avoiding. We have fear, and fear blocks abundance. Fear doesn't allow us to move through anything. So if we sit in fear, then we don't get to move forward. Okay. So that's why this is so important to realize. And there's three things that really you are telling yourself in your subconscious every time you avoid something. One, you are not opening yourself up to anything new, right? If you are fearful to look at your bank account, if you are fearful to look money in the face, if you are fearful, if you are avoiding having a difficult conversation, if you're avoiding quitting the job you know you hate, you're literally telling the universe or God or the divine that you don't want anything different. You're saying, I don't have the capacity to take on anything else because I'm avoiding this. And if I can't handle this, then I can't handle more. This happens with people with money all the time, and totally, again, guilty of this. Everybody wants more money. But the second, if they're given more money and they don't have the capacity for it, they haven't done the work around it because they've avoided it their whole life, then why would they be given more money if they can't handle what they have right now? And you watch it happen with people who win the lottery, right? Most people win the lottery and then they end up broke again because they don't have the capacity to handle that. And so when we avoid things, then we're telling the universe, don't give me anything different, anything new, anything better, because I can't even handle what I have. And I was in a meditation, and one of the things that popped up is the squirrel popped up and he told me to fall in love with your own backyard. And I sat with that and I was like, man, and another thing that popped up is you can't leave something truly until you learn to love it. So how often do we try to run away from our problems? We try to run away from the things that make us not feel good, but we don't face them. And when we don't face them, they end up with the second thing, which is they keep you stuck in your own cycle, in the same cycles you have lived your entire life. And it doesn't matter if you go from this job to the next job, or you have this amount of money or the next amount of money, the cycles are still there unless you look them in the face, you stop avoiding them, and you move through them. So we can't No more avoiding, because it will keep you stuck. It will 1000% keep you stuck. And then the last part is that it blocks abundance. So again, I know that I said this, but it's fear. Avoidance is fear, and fear blocks abundance. And so how often do we block abundance because we're afraid of something? I've done this. I've like literally not listened to voice messages on my DMs because I was so afraid they were going to reject me. Fear of rejection. And at the end of the day, a lot of times they're asking to work with me. Uh-oh. What was I so afraid of? Right? It was avoidance. So all I want you to do is promise yourself that you're not going to avoid anything from here on out. Right? Or at least start to notice it. How many things are you avoiding? Write it down on a list. What are all the things that you're avoiding in your life because it feels too scary to look at? It feels too scary to move through. And then look it in the face one by one. You don't have to do it all at once. Pick the one that feels the easiest. Look it in the face and choose different. Because avoiding it doesn't allow for your evolution. It doesn't allow for you to grow. It doesn't allow for the people around you to grow, and it doesn't allow you to get the gifts that are trying to be sent to you. Don't avoid the conversation. Don't avoid the action. Don't avoid the blessings. Don't avoid the healing. Take it head on. And until the next episode, let's go change the world.